amount of reserve. Okay, so claim is greater than the amount of reserve. Then question is telling us to adjust the capital of the partners according to the new profit sharing ratio. And by opening the partners current account, prepare evaluation account, partners capital account, and the balance sheet. So this is a lengthy question. It is going to take a lot of time. Maybe the entire session, in this entire session, we will be able to solve only this question. Okay, never mind. Let's start with the first of all question is asking us to prepare the revaluation account. So we will start with the revaluation account and then partners capital account and the balance sheet. So I want everyone to prepare the format of all the accounts. First of all, everyone prepare the format of the revaluation account, prepare the format of the partners capital account, and then the balance sheet. Wait, everyone.
Number 91 we did in the previous class. Right?
We did it. No, I don't think we did this in the previous class. I gave you this question as your homework.
No, sir, we did it.
Sir, we didn't do it.
No, I think we did only question number 90 in the previous class, if I'm right. Question number 90 we did in the last class. Question number 89, no, question number 90 we did in the last class. Question 91 I gave you as the homework. I'm sure about this. And
Yes.
2 questions I gave you for the homework, question 91, 92. But since these questions are a little difficult and this requires a different kind of treatment, so I don't think anybody have completed this. Let's just start with question number 91. Everyone, all of you, please prepare the format of the revaluation account, partners current account, and the balance sheet. Keeping that in mind that we have,
Yes, sir, you're right. 91. Yeah.
4 partners. Yeah. Thank you. Just to check whether maybe I have the solution of this question. Okay, so thankfully I already have a solution of this question. Okay, so let's continue. First of all, everybody, we need to prepare the revaluation account. So just don't for the time being, just ignore the values that is written over here. Just focus on the format of the revaluation account. So this is the revaluation account. This is the format of the revaluation account. We have the debit and the credit side of the revaluation account. And then we need to prepare a partner's current account, which will have, just a minute. Question number 91. Yeah, okay. So this is the format of the revaluation account. This is the partner's capital account. Make sure you make 4 columns since there are 4 partners in this question. So you need to open 4 columns to record the balances of all the partners. So this is how the partner's capital account will look like. Then we will prepare a format of the balance sheet. Let me know once you are done with the format, and then we will continue with the adjustment entries. Please confirm once you are done with the format. Done everyone? Done with the format?
Yes, sir.
See, so the first thing in the question is we have the old profit sharing ratio of the partners, that is 4:3 is to 2 is to 1, not relevant at this point of time. Then in the assets, in the balance sheet, we have the assets, fixed asset, current asset, and on the liability side, we have the capital and the workman compensation reserve balances given. In the additional information section, you can see the new profit sharing ratio is there, and the value of the goodwill is also given as 1,80,000. So that means this is the self-valued goodwill, right? Everybody agree to that? This is the self-valued goodwill, right? So if it is the self-valued goodwill, I'm sure that all of you remember that in case of self-valued goodwill, we need to adjust the value of the goodwill among the partners in the gaining and the sacrificing ratio. Am I right, everyone? Self-valued goodwill required to be adjusted among the partners in the gaining and the sacrificing ratio or the shares. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes or
sir.
no? Yeah. So that means in order to pass the general entry regarding the adjustment of the goodwill, first of all, we need to find out the gaining and sacrificing shares of the partner. Is that correct? Sacrificing shares and gaining shares need to be determined. Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Once
Sacrifice.
we are okay, once we calculate the value of the sacrificing and the gaining share, then only we will be able to pass the general entry. And once the general entry is there, once we are done with the general entry, only then we will be able to post it into the partner's capital account. All right, is that clear? First of all, we need to find out the gaining and sacrificing share, accordingly pass the general entry, and then post it into the partner's capital account. This is going to be the step in order to solve the in order to do the adjustment of the goodwill among the partners in the gaining and the sacrificing ratio. So first of all, as we already know that in order to pass the general entry regarding the adjustment of the goodwill, we need to find out the gaining and sacrificing share. So let's do that. Uh, First of all, we need to find out the gaining and sacrificing share. So see, this is how we will be finding out the gaining and sacrificing shares of the partner. First of all, I am sure that all of you already know that to find out the gaining and sacrificing shares of the partner, what we will be doing, we will be subtracting the old profit sharing ratio out of the new profit sharing ratio, right? And by doing that, we will be able to get these values. These are the old profit sharing, sorry, new profit sharing ratio of the partner. 1:1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4. This is the new profit sharing ratio. 1 is to, sorry, 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4, right? And out of the new profit sharing ratio, new share, we need to subtract the old profit sharing ratio, old shares, and only then we will be able to determine whether the partners are gaining or sacrificing. So by subtracting the old share out of the new share, we got -3/10 in case of Ram, -1/10 for Mohan, 1/10 for Sohan, and Hari will have a positive value 3/10. So this is that means that since the Ram and Mohan have got the negative value of share, that means Ram and Mohan must be sacrificing, and Sohan and Hari got the positive value of share, that means they will be gaining, right? Is that correct, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do it, just write it down quickly, and once you are done, let me know so that we'll move to the journal entry. Please note this down quickly.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay.
Wait, wait.
Okay. Okay.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. See, in this working note, it is clear that Ram and Mohan is sacrificing and Sohan and Hari are gaining. That means Sohan and Hari's capital account will be debited and Ram and Mohan capital account will be credited, right? So Sohan's capital account, Hari's capital account debit to Ram and Mohan capital account. This will be the general entry. So the general entry in this case will be see, Sohan's capital account debit to Hari's capital account, and Ram's capital account will be credited. Ram and Mohan credited capital account will be credited. Now the question is, sir, what will be the value? How the value of the goodwill will be adjusted among the partners? So see, value of the goodwill that is given in the question was 1,80,000, right? So 1,80,000 will be adjusted among the partners in their gaining and sacrificing share. In case of Sohan's share, sorry, in case of Ram's sacrificing share was minus 3 by 10. So that means minus 3 by 10 for Ram. So once you calculate this value, 1,80,000 into 3 by 10, you will get 54,000. So Ram's capital account will be credited by 54,000. Similarly, Mohan's share was 1 by 10. So dividing 1,80,000 into 1 by 10, you will get 18,000. So this is how we get this value 18,000, right? And similarly, Sohan's capital account and Hari's capital account will be debited accordingly. I hope this is also clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Please write down the general entry. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, this is the general entry, but question is not requiring us to pass the general entry in this question. question wanted us to prepare the partner's capital account. So that means we need to post the journal entry to the partner's capital account. To the partner's capital account. Now pay attention and try to understand that since it is written here that Sohan's capital account is debit and Hari's capital account is also debit to Ram's capital account and Mohan's capital account. So how are we going to post it into the partner's capital account? See, we will go to the partner's capital account. On the debit side, into the column of Sohan and Hari, we will write down 18,000 and 54,000. Got it? Going to the partner's capital account on the debit side, we will write down 18,000 in the column of the Sohan and in the column of the Hari. By the name of, what is the name that we will be using on the debit side? We will be writing this by the name of to Ram's and Mohan capital account. Got it, everyone? We'll go to the partner's capital account and just a minute. We'll go to the partner's capital account. Let me show you. So we'll go to the partner's capital account, and on the debit side, we'll write down the value in the Sohan and Hari's column. Everyone is able to see that we have written the value 18,000 in the column of the Sohan. Sohan's account is debited by 54,000. Hari's account is debited by 54,000 and Sohan's account is debited by 18,000. But pay attention, try to understand. On the debit side, we'll use the name to Ram and Mohan. Since this basically means that Sohan need to give 18,000 to Ram and Hari need to give 54,000 to Mohan. This is why we have used, this is how we will post the journal entry into the partner's capital account. Got it? This is the debit aspect of the journal entry. Now talking about the credit side. On the credit side, we'll write down 54,000 into Ram's account and into the Mohan's account 18,000. So because journal entry was saying that Ram account need to be credited by 18,000, right? Ram's account needed to be credited by 54,000 and Mohan's account need to be credited by 18,000. So we'll go to the partner's capital account. On the credit side, we'll write down 54,000 into the Ram's account, Ram's column, and 18,000 into Mohan's column. And this time on the credit side, we'll use by Sohan and Hari. This simply means that 54,000 and 18,000, Ram and Mohan are receiving this amount from Sohan and Hari. Got it, everyone? Is this entry clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So go to the partner's capital account and enter these values only. Write these values only. Two Ram and Mohan, 18,000, 54,000 on the debit side, and on the credit side by Sohan and Hari, 54,000 and 18,000. Don't write any other thing in the partner's capital account. Just post these entries only. Done?
Yes, sir.
No surveys.
Okay. You just need to write down the posting of the journal entry only. You don't have to prepare the entire partner's account at this point of time. Done? Okay. See, so we are done with the posting of the journal entry on the debit and credit side of the partners capital account. Now we will move back to the question again. The next thing in the question, it is saying that the claim of workman compensation has been estimated at 1,50,000. So see, actually we have anticipated that there is a possibility of workman compensation to the extent of 1,20,000 only. So accordingly, we have made a reserve of 1,20,000 only. But the claim on account of workman compensation actually is actually greater than the amount of reserve. Got it, everyone? So that simply means if the reserve, if the amount of claim is exceeding the amount of reserve, then the excess amount need to be contributed by partners. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Excess amount. So in such a situation, if we have a reserve of 1,20,000, but claim is 1,50,000, sorry, 1,50,000, that means claim is actually more than the amount of reserve that we have made. So in such a situation, the excess amount, which is 30,000, need to be debited to the revaluation account. Since it is a loss now, so it will be debited to the revaluation account. Am I right? We need to open a revaluation account. Everybody, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See, if anybody is having any doubt, let me pass the journal entry for this situation. See, in such a situation, the journal entry, how do we pass the journal entry? We write down workman compensation reserve account debit to 1,20,000, right? To actually workman compensation claim is how much? 1,50,000. So what about the difference? Difference will be debited to the revaluation account. So revaluation account will be debited by how much? It will be debited by 30,000. 30,000. Got it? So that means the 30,000 will be written in the revaluation account. So we'll go to the revaluation account. We'll go to the revaluation account, and on the debit side, we'll write down to workman compensation. See, we'll write down workman compensation 30,000. Got it, everyone? This is workman compensation. How much? It is 30,000 on the debit side. This indicates that the workman compensation claim is greater than the workman compensation reserve. Am I clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go to the revaluation account, write down to workman compensation 30,000 on the debit side. Go to the revaluation account, write down to workman compensation 30,000. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now coming back to the question. Now let's just read the next point. Next thing is saying that we need to adjust the capital. We need to adjust the capital of the partners according to the new profit sharing ratio by opening the partners current account. Okay, so see, we will discuss point number 2 later, but let's just first of all let's finish with the revaluation account. Let's just finish with the partners current account, partners capital account, and then we'll come back to the point number 2. We will be discussing point number 2 later. So let's just first of all go to the balance sheet and look at the balance sheet. Is there anything that need to be adjusted or that need to be written off? I don't think there is anything, there is any item on the asset side that required to be written off. Okay. And on the liability side, we have the partners opening balances, capital balances of the partner Ram, Mohan, Sohan, and Hari. Tell me, where are we going to record these values? tell me the where do we record the capital balances of the partner? In which account? Revaluation account, balance sheet, or the partner's capital account? In which account we will be recording it?
It's a partner capital account.
Partner's capital account on which side?
Credit side.
Credit side, as the opening balance of the partner. Is that right? So coming to the partner's capital account, on the debit side, we'll write down by balance BD. That means opening balances of the partners is given 4 lakh, 4,50,000, 2,50,000, and 2 lakh. Got it, everyone? So everyone go to the partner's capital account, write down the opening balances of the partner. Write down the opening balances of the partner. Done?
Yes, sir. Done.
Done.
No, sir.
After that, I don't think any other item is there that need to be adjusted. So on the liability side, we have workman compensation reserve. We already treated the workman compensation reserve. And okay, nothing else. So let's just quickly find out the balance of the revaluation account. Coming back to the revaluation account. See, since there are no other item that required to be recorded in the revaluation account, that means the entire amount of 30,000 will be considered as a loss, right? And this loss need to be transferred among the partners in the old profit sharing ratio. Since there is no other item that required to be recorded in the revaluation account, that simply means debit side of the revaluation account is exceeding the credit side. So what are we going to do? The entire 30,000, right? Entire 30,000 will be distributed among the partners. Will be distributed among the partners by the name of loss being transferred to the partner's capital account. So we'll write down by loss transferred to partner's capital account, and amount will be this entire loss will be transferred to partner's capital account in the old PSR. Old profit sharing ratio was how much? It was 5:4:3:2. Let me check. Just a minute. Okay, sorry. It was 4:3:2:1. So when you will distribute 30,000 among the partners in the ratio of 4:3:2:1, partners will be getting 12,000, 9,000, 6,000, 3,000 respectively. Got it, everyone? Is this clear as well?
Yes, sir.
And once after transferring the losses among the partner, we will tally the revaluation account. Since no other items required to be recorded in the revaluation account, so we will write down. We will find out the we will close the revaluation account. Done? Note it down. Note this down.
Sir, can you show the partners capital?
Yeah, sure. Just okay. After closing the revaluation account, what are we going to do with the loss? These loss will be transferred to the partner's capital account, right? So we will be writing down the value of the loss in the partner's capital account on the debit side, right? So if there is a profit, we show it on the credit side of the partner's capital account. But if there is a loss need to be recorded on the debit side of the partner's capital account by the name of revaluation account. So this loss is being transferred from the revaluation account, and therefore I am showing it on the debit side of the partner's capital account. I hope this is clear, everybody. Please confirm if it is clear or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please write it down quickly. Done.
Yes, sir. Done.
Sir, can you scroll it down to the last? Okay, scroll.
Are you preparing the entire partner's capital account, Abin? You need not to prepare the entire partner's capital account at this point of time. Just write down only those values that I am asking you to write.
Okay.
Otherwise it will get confusing for you. Okay, so we're done with the transferring of the loss of the revaluation account to the partner's capital account. Now, since I think everything is written in the partner's capital account, the revaluation account. Now we need to tally the partner's capital account. But before that, we will come back to the question one more time and read down. Read now. We will read the second point. Now, second point, B point in the question is telling us to adjust the capital of the partner according to new profit sharing ratio. So what does this mean? What do you mean by adjustment of the capital of the partners according to the new profit sharing ratio? See, basically this statement is telling us to adjust the closing capital of the partners according to the new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio is what? It is 1:2:3:4. So see, coming back to the partners capital account. In the partners capital account, after posting all these entries, after posting the opening balance, after posting the adjustment of the goodwill and the revaluation loss, we need to find out the closing balance of the partner, right? But and for that purpose, question is telling us that we need to find out we need to basically adjust the capital in the profit sharing ratio, new profit sharing ratio. So that means we need to prepare one more working note. First of all, let's just understand how do we adjust the capital in the new profit sharing ratio. In order to adjust the capital in the new profit sharing ratio, we will have to take 4 steps. Number one, find out the adjusted capital. We will have to find out the adjusted capital, number one. Number two, we need to find the sum total of the adjusted capital. All right, sir. Then we need to total the capital as per the third step, and then we will distribute it among the partners in the new profit sharing ratio. And this will be considered as the closing capital of the partners. This will be a little confusing for all of you. Let me go step by step. Starting with, first of all, see what I'm telling you. We need to adjust the capital of the partners in the new profit sharing ratio. And how many steps it requires? It requires 4 steps. Sorry, it requires 3 steps. Number one is to adjust the capital of all the partners. So what do you mean by adjustment of capital? Adjusting capital basically means subtracting the credit side values of the partner's capital account out of the debit side values of the partner's capital account. See, first of all, we will find out the adjusted capital, and for that purpose, we need to subtract the credit side item out of the debit side item of all the partners. So we'll go to the partner's capital account. We'll go to the partners capital account. See, on the partners capital account, you can see sum total of the debit side, sum total of the, just a minute. There's a mistake. There is a mistake. We need to subtract the debit side values out of the credit side values. So we'll go to the partners capital account, and on the credit side you can see we have only two items, 4 lakh and 54,000, and totaling this we will get 4,54,000. Right, we will go back to the working note, and here we will write, since the sum total of the credit side is 4,54,000, so we'll write down 4,54,000 sum total of the credit side. Then out of this we need to subtract the debit side value, so we'll go to the partners capital account one more time, and on the debit side in the Rams column we have only one item, 12,000. See, these are still needed to be find out, huh? So this is these values are not there, these are not there. Okay, so on the debit side you will be able to see only one value, that is 12,000. So what you will have to do, you will have to write down 12,000 here, and by subtracting 12,000 you will get 4,42,000. Tell me guys, is this clear to all of you? How do you find the adjusted capital? Simply subtract the debit side value out of the credit side value of all the partners. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes.
Alexander, okay. Abin, Ayan, Hiba,
Yes, sir.
is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so this needed to be done in case of all the partners. So similarly we will find out the adjusted capital for Mohan also. So in case of Mohan we will have to add 4,50,000 plus 18,000, right? And by adding these values we will get 4,68,000, and out of 4,60,000 we need to subtract the credit side value, debit side value, and on the debit side we have only one item. As of now it is only 9,000. So out of 4,60,000, when you will subtract 9,000, you will get the adjusted capital as 4,59,000. Am I clear, everyone? 4,68,000 minus the 9,000, you will get 4,59,000. Am I clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then coming back to the partners capital account one more time, and similarly we'll find out the adjusted capital for Suhan also. 2,50,000 plus 1,50,000, it will be over 4,05,000. Out of this we need to subtract only 18,000 and 16,000, since this 3,81,000 is still not there. Okay, so after subtracting these values you will be able to get, see, out of 2,50,000 you will be subtracting 24,000, you will get 2,26,000. Tell me if it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And similarly we will find out the adjusted capital for Hari. So in case of Hari also we will total the debit side, but we will total the credit side. It will be the sum total of the credit side will be 2 lakh only, since this value won't be there, 2 lakh, and out of 2 lakh we need to subtract only 54,000 and 3,000. Got it? And after subtracting this value we should get, out of 2 lakh we'll need to subtract 57,000, we will get 1,43,000. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is the first step in the adjustment of capital. Okay, so now we need to start with the second step. Second step is just saying us to total the adjusted capital. So whatever the adjusted capital we have got in the first step, 4,42,000, 4,59,000, 2,26,000, and 1,43,000. We just need to total all these values And by adding all these values, we should get 12,70,000. 4,42,000, 4,59,000, 226, 1,43. We will get 12,70,000. Tell me if it is clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear. Okay. Now we will go to the third step. First is to find out the adjusted capital, then to find out the total of the adjusted capital, then finally we will distribute this capital, total amount of capital, among the partners in the new profit sharing ratio. Now see, pay attention, try to understand. The total amount of adjusted capital is 12,70,000. We need to adjust the capital in what ratio? In the new profit sharing ratio. This is already given in the question. You can see here. It is question is telling us to distribute the partners, adjust the capital of the partners in the new profit sharing ratio. Everyone is able to see this?
Yes, sir.
So we got the value of the adjusted capital, yes or no? 12
Yes, sir.
12,70,000. And this 12,70,000 need to be adjusted among the partners in the new profit sharing ratio. And new profit sharing ratio is what? It is 1 is to 10, sorry, 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4. This is the new profit sharing ratio. So that means 1 by 10 for Ram. 1 by 10 of 12,70,000 is how much? It is 1,27,000. Right? Similarly, 2 by 10 for Mohan, 3 by 10 for Sohan, and Hari is going to get 4 by 10. So this is how we will be able to find out their adjusted capital as per the new profit sharing ratio. Got it, everyone? This is the value of the adjusted capital. Done? Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now the important thing, sir, what are we going to do with this capital that we have got? Guys, we will be recording these value to the partners capital account. We will go to the partners capital account. Remember these balances: 1,27,000, 2,54,000, 3,18,000. Sorry, 3,81,000 and 5,08,000. We'll go to the partners capital account. On the credit side, on the debit side, will show it as the closing balance of the partners capital account. The balance to balance CD: 1,27,000, 2,54,000, 3,81,000, and 5,08,000. This will be the closing balance of the partner. This is what question was requiring us to do. Question was requiring us to adjust the capital of the partners in the new profit sharing ratio. This is how it will be done. Whatever the balances we have determined, we will be writing it in the partners capital account by the name of to closing balance. That is to balance CD. I hope this is clear, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Done, everyone? Heba, Abin, Ayan. Is this clear? If anybody having any doubt, please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Sir,
Okay.
can you show the balance?
Yeah, I'm sure. Balance sheet. Okay. Guys, first of all, just prepare the working note that we have made. Just note this down quickly. Capital adjustment, write this down as a working note. This is our working note number 2. Capital adjustment requires 3 steps. Number 1 is to find out the adjusted capital, subtracting the credit side balance out of the debit side. Okay, I think no, this is the debit side. This is credit side. Credit side minus the debit side. Sorry. And after finding out the balance, we sum total the adjusted capital and then distribute it among the partners as per the new profit sharing ratio. And whatever the value that we get, that will be considered as the closing balances of the partner that need to be recorded in the partner's capital account. Please note down the working note. tell me as soon as you are done with the working note so that we'll move to the next part, next working note section. Done. Please write this down as well. Step 2, finding sum total of the adjusted capital.
Yes, sir. Done.
And please write this down as well. Third step. Next question is almost similar to the question that we are doing. Question number 92 is almost same. There's one small difference in that question. I'll explain that. Done, everybody? Done, Alexander?
So 1 second.
So one second.
Okay, done, sir.
Done. All right. So now, since we are done with the working mode, let's come to the main working section of the question. Coming back to the partner's capital account, you need to write these values to the partner's capital account. Please write this down. Please write down the closing balance of the partner to balance CD 1,27,000, 254. These values have been derived from by preparing the working note. You need to remember that. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, as usual, we will open the we will close the partners capital account as we usually do, and when you will just okay. Now see, we will close the partners capital account, and whatever the balance that will arise, we will be debiting such balance or crediting such balance to the partners capital account. See earlier, see what we used to do earlier in the previous questions. We just total the debit side, we total the credit side values, and out of the credit side values we subtract the debit side value, and whatever the balance that we will get, we will simply consider it as the closing balance of the partners capital account. That is what we used to do, right? But since in this question we already found out the value of the closing capital, we found out the value of the closing capital by preparing the additional working note, because the question was requiring us to adjust the capital as per the new profit sharing ratio. Now the question arises, so how are we going to deal with the balancing figure? If the credit side is exceeding than the debit side, if the Ram's capital account, if the Ram's credit side is exceeding the debit side of the Ram's account, then how are we going to deal with such balancing figure? So this is also answered by the question itself. Question was telling us to see, after adjustment, question was telling us to open the partner's capital account. Everyone is able to see that? Question was asking us to open a partner's current account. So this basically means, if after adjusting the capital of the partners as per the new profit sharing ratio, then in such a situation you need to open a partner's capital account to adjust such balance. You need to open the partner's capital account to adjust such balance. If after adjusting the partners as per the new profit sharing ratio, if there is a balance arising in the partner's capital account, then such balance need to be adjusted by opening the partner's current account. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go back to the main solution and now try to find out the balances of the partner. See, first of all, we will total the credit side value of all of the Ram's capital account, and since the credit side value is greater than the debit side value collectively, it is 4,54,000, and sum total of the debit side value will be 1,39,000. So subtracting 1,39,000 out of 4,54,000, we will get the balance of 3,15,000, and this need to be written by the name of current account on the debit side. Is it clear, everyone?
Sir, don't we have to create a current account?
We already have a current account, na? I've written that already. No,
Yes.
okay, so that is what you are saying. You are saying that we need to open the different account by the name of current. No, we just need to show the balance by the name of current account. We don't have to separately prepare a partner's current account. Got it? Why are we not required to prepare the partner's current account? Because question is not requiring us to prepare the partner's capital account, partner's current account. See, question, what is the question? Question is asking us to prepare the revaluation account, partner's capital account, and the balance sheet only. if question requires us to prepare the current account, then in such a situation, we will have to find out the balance as the current account balance and also need to open a current account. But since in this question was requiring us to prepare the capital account, revaluation account, and balance sheet, question is nowhere asking us to prepare the capital account. Therefore, we are not preparing the current account. Sir. Is it clear, Alexander?
Yes, sir. But some questions that I have done, we have to prepare the current account, and I
Okay,
have
no
doubt.
problem. So in that case, you can prepare the current account. If question is requiring us to prepare the current account, then you can prepare the current account.
Okay, sir.
But in this question, as far as this question is concerned, this question is not asking us to prepare the current account. It only requires us to open the capital account and open a current account if the balance arise in the capital account. Done?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So similarly, we'll find out the balance of the Mohan as well. So first of all, we will total the value of the credit side value of the Mohan's account. 4,50,000 plus 18,000.
634.
Okay, so it will be, the balancing figure will be 2,05,000. So if the credit side is greater than the debit side, so we will have a credit balance. We'll write down to current account 2,05,000. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will total the Sohan's balance also. Now you can see in case of Sohan, the credit side is less than the debit side of this one. 18,000, 6,000, 3,80,000. So debit side is exceeding the credit side. In such a situation, Sohan will have a debit balance and that will be recorded on the credit side here. So we'll write down 1,50,000 here, since the debit side is greater than the credit side. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, similarly, we will find out the Hari's balance, and in case of Hari also, we can see that the Hari's debit side is greater than the credit side. So that means he will also have a debit balance. So he will have a balance of 3,65,000. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Please note this down. And after writing this, you can just simply total both the sides of the partner's capital account, and you will see that the account of each partner is tallying. Each partner have the same balance: 4,54,000, 454, 4,68,000, and 4,68,000. Then 4,05,000, 4,05,000, and 5,65,000, and 5,65,000. Note this down quickly. Then we will go to the balance sheet.
Sir, time over, I think.
Yes, time is over. We just need to prepare the balance sheet, then we will finish the session. It will take only 5 minutes.
Okay.
Done, everyone? Done with the partner's
Yes,
capital
sir.
account, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's prepare the balance sheet. Now see, in the balance sheet, in order to prepare the balance sheet, first of all, in the balance sheet, on the liability side, we can write down the value, write down the closing capital balance of the partner. Am I right? Closing capital balances of the partner is 1,27,000, 254, 381, 5,08,000. So we'll write these values to the partners. So in the balance sheet by the name of capital account. I hope this is clear. Sum total of it will surely be equal to 12,70,000. Got it? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then come back to the question. See, on the asset side, we don't have any thing that requires any kind of adjustment. So the fixed asset will be valued at same price. Current asset will be valued at same price. Nothing changed. So we will be writing the same value of the fixed asset and the current asset, 9 lakh and 5,20,000. Got it? 9 lakh and 4,20,000. I hope this is clear as well. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, coming back to the question one more time. On the liability side, we have the workman compensation reserve of 1,20,000. But since the workman compensation reserve is already adjusted toward the workman compensation claim, right? So instead of workman compensation reserve, we will now write down workman compensation claim at rupees 1,50,000. workman compensation claim is actually our liability. So we will be indicating that the 1,50,000 will be indicated in the balance sheet. Everybody clear? 1,50,000 in the balance sheet as the workman compensation claim. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And so what about the current account balances? So it is very simple. See, the balance that you got on the debit side of the partner's capital account, you need to show it on the liability side. And the current account balance that you have got on the credit side, you need to record this on the asset side of the balance sheet. Done, everyone? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll go to the balance sheet, 3,15,000 and 2,05,000 on the liability side, and 1,50,000, 55,000 and 3,65,000 on the credit side. Sorry, on the asset side. 5 lakh. Sum total of it will be 5,20,000 and 5,50,000. I hope this is clear. And after doing all this, we will just tally the balance sheet. Both the sides will get the equal balance. Anyone having any doubt?
No, sir.
No. Okay, so guys, just take the screenshot of the balance sheet and complete it later, since we are already out of time and other students are waiting. So please take the screenshot of this balance sheet. Write this down in your notebook after the session, and I'm giving you one question for your homework as well. Done with the screenshot, everyone?
Yes, sir.
The next question is almost similar to the previous one. So you can see in this question also we have 4 partners: Suresh, Ramesh, Mahesh, and Ganesh. They have decided to share the future profit equally. All right, workman compensation reserve is there, which was estimated to be 1 lakh. Sorry, workman compensation claim is 1 lakh and workman compensation reserve is only 75,000. Depreciation of the fixed asset is also there. We need to adjust the capital. We need to adjust the capital of the partners in what ratio? In the new profit sharing ratio. For this necessary cash will be brought. See, now this is different. In the previous question, if the after adjusting the partner's capital account in the new profit sharing ratio, if imbalance arise in the partner's capital account, such imbalance need to be adjusted by opening the current account of the partners, right? But in this case, in this question number 92, we need to adjust the imbalances by bringing in necessary cash. So instead of current account, we need to write down the cash this time. This is the only difference in this question comparing with the last question. In the last question, we need to open a current account, but in this question, we need to open the cash account. Got it? I'm sure that all of you will be able to solve this. Alexander, Hiba,
Yes, sir.
Ayan, and everyone else.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So this is it, guys. So this is good. This is your homework. I'm sure that you will be able to solve this. In the next class, we will be starting a new concept. Make sure you complete the homework, and then only we will be able to start a new topic. All right. So this is it for today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending the session. We'll see you on Friday as well. We have a Friday extra class since I have missed Sunday class. So I have rescheduled a extra class on Friday for all of you. If all of you are requested to attend that session. Okay. All right, everyone. So this is it. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Take care.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
All of you
much.
can
Bye
now
bye.
leave the session. And Alexander, one more thing. There is a extra session for you as well, since you have asked for the extra class. So maybe I'll be arranging that class tomorrow at same time. You'll be informed accordingly. But since I have already talked to the counselor, and he will be managing an extra session for you tomorrow. So most probably we will have an extra class at 8 o'clock tomorrow, as per India time. That means
Okay,
at the same time. Got
okay,
it?
sir. Okay, sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello, good evening, Aman, Sani, and Halima.
Good evening.
Evening, sir.
Okay. Sani and Aman, I think I gave you question number 92 for your homework.